Hello everyone, my name is Ciarra and welcome back to my channel, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so we are back again with a monthly reading, and so this is going to be covering the month of February 2020. So we're going to be looking at general information that you need to know for the month, some information for what you need to know as far as your prosperity, relationships, you know, overall, all that kind of thing. And so, as always, these are general readings, and so not every message, not every card in a pile may resonate for you personally or for your situation or at this time. And so, again, take it as you will, apply it to yourself how you will. You know, part of this is I'm reading the cards, but another part is also you guys interpreting the cards yourself for you personally, because we're all our own oracle here. And so, with that said, if you are attracted to more than one pile, that is perfectly fine, because again, your personal message might be spread across more than one pile. And again, maybe the prosperity message from one pile is going to resonate more for you than the prosperity message from a different one, and you know, in any of those regards. So again, take it how you will. And so with that said, let's go ahead and introduce you to the particular piles that we have here today. I also wanted to mention for the month of February, if you guys are not aware, definitely check out in the description, because there's going to be some special deals on readings. The in-depth love reading is going to be discounted, as well as an additional mini love and sexual reading that is going to be available for February. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely consider looking down in the description at that information. So here we go with the piles that we have here. So for pile one, we have smoky quartz with this particular image, and as always, it's artwork that I have created myself. For pile two, we have, of course, rose quartz with this little image here, the little unicorn lady. And so for pile three, we have this spirit aura quartz with this particular image here with all its fun glitter. And then finally for pile four, we have aquamarine with this particular image. So again, take as much time as you need, meditate on the piles, meditate on the cards, use a pendulum if need be, use your own body as a pendulum, just connect with your intuition however you do, and again, follow your intuition for what pile or piles are correct for you and have the right messages for you to see what is in store for your February. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the piles. Alright, for those of you who picked pile one with the smoky quartz as well as this particular image, we're going to go ahead and start, as always, with pulling some charms and letters just to see what information you guys need to know for February 2020. All right, so let's go ahead and see real quick what we got here. So for the letters, let's see what we have. We have an M, we have an I. Oh, we got a blank here. We also have a O, a T, another T, all the T's being spilt, an H, another T, 3 T's, and we have a B, well, we have the word hot, and another I. So definitely take as much time as you need. You know, look over those letters, tell me what you see in them, what's significant for you, and let's see what else we got here. So we have some additional messages that are stuck on in there. Let's see, we have, now I know the secret of making the best persons. It's to grow in the open air and eat and sleep with the earth. I feel like you guys, I don't know, the sense that I was getting off that is, you know, needing to take better care of your diet in February, as well as getting more fresh air and exercise. Like you need to get outside more. It's going to help clear up especially if you've been sick. A ship in a harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are built for. Exactly. Some of you maybe have been staying inside too long, been too much in a hermit state, and so you need to kind of get out and have some more fun. Relax a little bit more, I feel like. Talk a little bit more with other people that you don't normally talk with. Sharing some comfort. Maybe some of you there's going to be an opportunity to go to like a little local fair or something where there's like fun games where you can win prizes. Just having more fun and, again, opening up a little bit. Don't be so much of a hermit in February. Appreciate yourself and honor your soul. The gate to happiness is self-compassion. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. You don't have to stress out about the work that you have to do. You can have a little fun. I remember the pizza man. It's a good memory. Make some good memories in February. The voice of your soul is breath. Your great happiness is based on the warmth of your heart. Compassion will make you beautiful. In the beginning is you, in the middle is you, and in the end is you. But before you do any physical activity, make sure that you like warm yourself up, you stretch, because I feel like for some of you, you might accidentally hurt yourself, particularly your knees, because I'm just having like some achy pain in my knee for some reason all of a sudden. So steadiness comes from character and commitment. Love is an experience of infinity. What belongs to you shall come to you. And finally, we have life is a flow of love. Your participation is requested. Again, your participation is requested in whatever it is that you have to do in February. So that's what I'm getting off the charms there, off the letters. Let's go ahead and see what's going on for your tarot cards. So we have the Empress. We also have the Knight of Pentacles. We also have the Eight of Cups. So what I'm getting off this for February for you guys, there's definitely a lot going on with inspiration. There has been a lot of work that you've been putting into things. But again, some of you need to kind of, again, give yourself a break and kind of go back to basics. Feel more relaxed. Again, you need to get outside more. You need to explore a little bit more. Again, but take your time with it. I feel like some of you may even need to take a little bit of a break from a certain relationship that maybe you've been in, just to give yourself some more time to do some self-care. I feel like some of you have been neglecting yourself a little bit too much, even though you've been giving a lot to certain relationships. There's definitely a lot of inspiration and fertility that's going to be coming, but it might require you to, again, take a little bit of a break from other things so that you can concentrate on that. Let's go ahead and see what other messages we have for you guys. And so for these, we have flowers, happiness. Again, there's going to be I feel like there is a lot of happiness for you guys in February, especially if you have fun and you go with the flow. We also have grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. Again, careful planning. We also have hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. Yeah, some of you literally need to get away and relax a little bit more so that you can, again, reconnect to yourself. And then we have flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. That's what I'm getting with that Eight of Cups a little bit. It's like some disappointment. I feel like some of you maybe are dealing with a situation where you can't be completely yourself with this person. And so it's like you might need to, even though you might, find them attractive, you might love them, whatever the case is, it's like sometimes you need to just move away a little bit, take a break, and reconnect to yourself to really question if you still want to be in that relationship or what needs to change maybe in the relationship, if you're going to stick with it. Again, that could also be a relationship with a friend or, again, a lover. For your crystal for the month of February, we have hematite. So this is who needs it. Anyone stagnating or spun out on something, like a new crush or a lifelong existential dilemma. Where to put it wherever you are when you realize it's time to come back to earth. when to use it. When you feel stuck, when it's that moon time of the month. Look at that. We have a full moon right there. I was totally looking at that. When you want to pull energy from the earth below and use it to make big things happen. That's that Empress energy. That's also talking about earth energy when we have the Nine of Pentacles. Align to your wholeness. So that's what a lot of you need to work on is, again, lining back to who you are. We also have the raccoon here for your animal spirit for the month of February. And I think this one, if I remember right, it has a lot to do with kind of hiding behind masks, maybe even like performance, ego, kind of fear. Talented, shadowy, in hiding. Raccoon energy is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue about self-image and success. Sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor. Other times, it limits creativity. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I am ready to grow into something more? Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative ego fear is resolved. So when this is in balance, it's a generous friend, exceptional artist. When out of balance, competitive, starving artist. How to bring it into balance is to make new work. Literally, you have the Empress here. And even like I keep looking at how this Knight of Pentacles is particularly depicted, and again, like she's out in nature, she's being inspired, she's taking notes, she's writing down. Maybe some of you are, again, musicians, literally, maybe some of you literally play the flute, or you're artists, visual artists, actors, musicians, singers, writers, creative writers. It's like, again, I feel like you need to take a break from a certain situation and get back into your creative mindset, create some new work, take a little bit of vacation, like physically put yourself in a situation where it's like just you and your work, whatever inspires you. Let's see, for the overall situation for you guys in February, we have Spirit here with the Sacred Temple. I feel like some of you, again, you have to escape to your own personal sacred temple for the month of February, because it's going to make you feel very inspired, very fruitful, very abundant. And so, let's see what else this card has to say. So, your Hall of Records. This card unveils your unlimited space of power and inspiration. The Sacred Temple is the seat of your soul, and it's always available to you as a source of peace, balance, and connection to spirit. You can access this wonderful place by meditating on your own heart center. Receiving this card upright is telling you it's time to do so. You're at a point in your life and in your personal power where you are able to open this holy vault and connect with the unlimited information contained therein. Whatever project you may be working on, whatever type of information you need, whether personal, spiritual, financial, medical, artistic, scientific, or any other topic, the answers you seek are available to you now through the Akashic Records. When you connect to this powerful spiritual source, you will find all the avenues of your life opening up with possibility. This card is telling you that you're ready to take the time to enter the temple. Meditate, trust, and believe. You will be amazed at the important energy and information you find there. Exactly. So that goes right back into, taking a vacation physically or literally mentally, moving away from something and taking that break so that you can collect this information. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. Whatever situation that you guys have been dealing with for a while, it's like February is going to be a time where it's like you need to kind of step out of it and come up with a better plan. Consider the options you have and what has occurred in this. It's like, I feel like some of you, it's like you're trying to fix this situation, this problem, find answers to it, but it's like you can't because you're too close to the problem right now. So that's why you need to kind of like move away. Overall, I still think that there's a lot of happy stuff waiting for you in February, but let's go ahead and continue to look at what's going on. So funny enough, for your prosperity situation in February, we have new life. So with this particular card, it's all about, obviously new life, new beginnings. And so interesting because you have the Empress, which is, a card that can literally reference physical pregnancy, which is new life. So, maybe that's of significance for some of you. So this is card 39, and its essential meanings are birth of new ideas, growth opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing itself. So for the prosperity message, you have every reason to be optimistic right now, as things seem to fall into place magically. New opportunities remind you that abundance is available to you. Delight in the bounty that begins to appear in surprising forms. Stay curious and know that your hopes and dreams are being fulfilled. It's as if new life suddenly infuses your projects, work, and creative ideas with a kind of electricity that crackles with exciting potential. Fortune is smiling on you. So I feel like February, for you guys who picked this pile, is going to be a really good month for your creativity if you really, invest some time into that. But let's see what's happening with relationships. So for relationships, we have lithium quartz, which is card 33. And this card is all about essential meanings are harmonious, peacefulness, joyful interconnectedness. So peacefulness in partnerships comes from being willing to trust that there's more than one day to make things happen, more than one way to think or act. Just as in nature, you can partner with another who brings strengths to places as you are weak, even as you do the same. We are meant to support each other in our healing and growth, balancing each other, which is why opposites so often attract. Let yourself appreciate the harmoniousness that arises when you allow yourself to be different from another, yet unified in love and joyful interconnectedness. And that's kind of what I was talking about. Because I was saying earlier that some of you, I feel like you're with somebody where you can't be completely yourself. And I feel like a lot of that is kind of your own mental belief that you can't be, because it's like you guys are so different from each other. But that's why for some of you, it's a beneficial relationship, romantic or otherwise, is because you both are so different. But it feels like maybe one of you or you yourself is kind of compromising your own authenticity when really you shouldn't be doing that. So finally, the last card that we have here is experiments, manipulation of nature, forcing change, cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge, and arrogance. So look at that. That is card 33. So for some of you, this is related to, I think, the relationship situation. But let's go ahead and see specifically what the oracle message here is. And so with this particular card, it's talking about looking into GM food, cosmetics products, and food sources developed with genetic manipulation and experimentation. All experiments are not bad, but many are cruel. When the humans use other creatures for their own selfish purposes, they lose the very part of themselves that is the most beautiful and noble. Many claim ignorance or have been persuaded that experimenting on animals is necessary for human health and well-being. You are now awakening and seeing the connections between all life forms. You are awakening to the wrongness of seeking to understand something by taking it apart, and most often without consent, separating families, tribes, colonies of creatures for purposes that are selfish and cruel. This took place in Atlantis, and the mermaids witnessed this with the creatures of Lemuria and the animals who were often torn apart on tables as if they were unable to feel. We need to step in, all of us, and change it. It is happening again. That's why we're talking to you now. So again, I kind of pulled this card in regards to kind of the final messages that you need to know for February. And so I definitely feel like this is related to that earlier message when I was looking at your charms, where it was like, oh, you need to pay more attention to your diet, exercise more. I feel like that's kind of what this is, paying more attention to what is in your food, the processes to how you even get to certain foods, that kind of stuff. Also, the warning of manipulation. Maybe there is, for some of you in relationships, somebody who is manipulating you, and you gotta, again, you need to get away from the situation a little bit to understand what is actually happening. Don't be arrogant. Again, be careful how far you'll go to pursue certain knowledge, I feel like is the message here. So with that said, that is everything I'm seeing here in the cards for you guys who picked pile 1 for the month of February. If this resonated, please do leave a like on this video. Comment down below what you thought about it. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification if you do not want to miss any future videos. And if you would like to help and support the channel by, checking out my Redbubble shop, as well as, if you want to donate to my Ko-fi, come and check me out on Instagram, because I'd love to see you guys join my fam over there and all of that good stuff. And of course, there's information about how to book a private reading with me and my Pisces-Twin. And again, don't forget that there are some special deals going on for February. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. All right, for those of you who picked pile 2 with this particular image and the rose quartz, we're going to go ahead and start, as always, by pulling some charms and letters just to see what information you need to know from them. Let's see, those picked 2. What do you guys need to know for February? So, let's go ahead and see the letters we have here. So, we have an N. Let's move these over a little bit more. So N, a K, an F, a T, let's see, an E, a C, a U, an R, cure, another U, and a B. So, grub, I don't know. Definitely take a look at these letters. Definitely comment down below what, significant words or maybe initials or whatnot that you see in these particular letters. Because I'm always curious to see what you guys, know what you guys see in them. So, with that said, let's go ahead and see what we got. I'm a Dean girl, but I'm Sam curious. So some of you are curious about trying out some different things. If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go far, go together, working with other people. Definitely communication is going to be important for you guys overall in February because we have this lapis lazuli stone here. So thinking about, the throat chakra. Let's see, protection is related. This is a stone related to Archangel Michael, which we have protection here. We also have this particular shell, which I kind of take as, you guys, either some of you kind of like opening up and sharing more about yourself with the world. But I also take it as kind of a twin flame-ish kind of message, kind of like the lovers. So maybe a new love situation happening, new exciting passion or creative projects. Definitely the message is just go after it, feeling more confident and really claiming prosperity. I feel like in February, we also have the message of let things come to you. Walk beautifully, talk beautifully, live beautifully. Let things come to you. It's so crazy sometimes when that same message comes up twice. So clearly it's like, if there's something you're wanting, I feel like you can 100% like reach out and make yourself available to it. But for some things, it's like it will come to you when it's time for it to come to you. So let's also go ahead and start looking at your cards for the month. So starting off with the tarot, we have the King of Pentacles. We also have the Nine of Swords. We also have the 10 of Wands. Damn. Okay. And we have the King of Wands. So interesting. Okay. So I feel like for some of you in February, there's going to be a situation between, again, this is specific for some of you, not all of you, but you might be dealing with like a 3-party kind of situation, or like there's going to be 2 distinct individuals who are going to be pursuing you, and it could cause you a lot of stress because you're not sure. You might be involved with one, but the other one you're attracted to. It feels like one of those kind of situations. And again, for some of you, it could be 2 people who kind of embody either like the King of Pentacles energy or the King of Wands, or maybe this is representing that one is an earth sign while the other is a fire sign. I don't necessarily want to sway anybody in any particular direction, but it feels like with something like kind of like the Ace of Wands, I feel like being represented in your charms, the fire sign might be the one that you're going to be more attracted to for some reason, or again, vice versa. It definitely feels like a new beginning in some sense. Again, there's that message of let things come to you. I feel like both of these individuals are coming to you, and on a different note, I feel like some of you have been really taking on too many burdens, and maybe it's like you need to let up and let other people help you. Again, somebody who might be very good in business, who might know more about business, somebody who is not afraid of challenges. Some of you, again, are going to have maybe some struggles with sleeping in February. You might have stressful dreams. Overall, you might deal with some anxiety or depression. Allow other people to help you, I feel like, is the message here. It's like, if you need help, ask for help. You don't need to shoulder everything by yourself. You can just find somebody that you can trust to just talk to and share this information with. So let's also see what else we have here. We have hills, obstacles to overcome. Again, that's very much that 10 of Wands situation. We also have horse, short journey. Some of you might be taking a short journey in February. Maybe it's for work. Weeping willow, family sorrow. So maybe even... So for a small group of you, again, this isn't going to resonate for everybody, but maybe for some of you, you're dealing with, you're going to be taking a short journey to go back to family because something has occurred where maybe a family member has passed away, or they're struggling, or they're sick. And again, you're kind of it's going to stress you out. It's going to upset you, and you're going to be taking on a lot of those burdens. But again, I feel like there's people around you that you can ask for help. We also have dog barking, advice from a friend. Look at that. Again, there's going to be some people that are going to want to help you with the situation. And then you have horseshoe with good luck. It's interesting. We have horse and horseshoe. Maybe some of you, the horse is a significant animal. Maybe it's related to your family crest, or maybe your family had horses. You lived in the hills with horses or something. Maybe a willow tree is significant too. I'm just getting a sense of like having to come home for some reason. And like these are things that are very significant to your home. Like, again, like I'm picturing almost like a ranch in the hills. There's a willow tree on the property. You grew up with a dog. There are dogs. There's a lot of dogs on the family. There's horses. There's maybe horse decor or something. I don't know. I feel like that's going to resonate for some of you. So for your crystal to use potentially for the month of February, we have Herkimer Diamond. Who needs it? Reiki masters, travelers on the spiritual path, highly sensitive people. Where to put it? In spaces you want to zone as sacred. When to use it? When you're reaching for clearer than ever through spirituality, therapy, or healing work. Brush off all of those unwanted vibes with Herkimer Diamond. Power wash your energy. So some of you are going to definitely want to cleanse your energy in February, especially with this kind of 9 of Swords energy. You're going to need to keep your mind clear. You're going to need to be working on meditating or whatever it is that's healing work for you, because again, of this struggle that's going to be occurring. For your animal spirits for the month, we have tarantula and we also have dragonfly. So let's go ahead and talk about both of these particular creatures. Interesting that they're both well, one's arachnid, one's an insect, to be specific. But let's go ahead and talk about the tarantula. So at a crossroads, claiming life's purpose, the tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. When this is in balance, you need to follow your intuition. When out of balance, hesitates, over intellectualizes. How to bring it into balance is through daily journaling. So some of you need to work on journaling out your feelings, journaling out your stresses, so that you can get back on track with what it is you're meant to do. And again, I feel like you're going to receive some advice from some wise people. This could also be representing, for some of you, maybe like father figures or uncles or brothers, or again, some strong masculines in your life who might be giving you some very sound sage advice. They're going to have very different opinions and approaches to how to deal with these problems, but I feel like it's worth listening to both of them, because they're both valid in what they're saying because it's their own experience and that's what worked for them. So it's kind of considering how it would work for you personally. And it's interesting that the word that I saw in the letters, like strongest, is cure. I think there might be also the word fret in there. Maybe. Rub. I see rub in there. Yeah. Interesting. Let's also go ahead and talk about the dragonfly. So with the dragonfly, this is all about master of light, illusion, and the mind. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder and awe. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, as it is always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and the perception. Are they restless or still, dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so the light of wisdom can shine through. That's definitely related to that 9 of Swords. You guys need to clear your mind because maybe your initial thoughts about the situation are not correct and you need to kind of cleanse before you make a judgment. When this kind of energy is in balance, it sees clearly, joyful, and magical. When out of balance, can't concentrate, busy mind. How to bring it back into balance is to focus on the breath and meditation. So let's see what else you need to know for February. So for the overall, wow, that's really interesting. For the overall situation you guys are going to be dealing with, we have increase in the reverse. So with this particular card, clearly this is kind of denoting that... Ooh, there's going to be, it's not necessarily as dramatic, I believe, as like something like the decrease card, but there's some obstacles. So let's see for this cycle card. So this is card 3, and in the reverse, it's talking about this, the crystals are falling away since it's reversed. This, however, does not indicate the radical reduction you'd see in the decrease card. Instead, it reveals a time of circumspection, a gathering of inner and outer resources in preparation for some potential limitations that may be waiting ahead. These limitations may be self-imposed. Perhaps you will forgo a big vacation in order to start saving for the kids' college. Or you may cut back on your free time so you can take a class that will advance your career or your inner growth. Although the limitations may be pushed by external circumstances, you'll be able to consciously and clearly respond. If you've been looking for a specific goal, it may be time to consider more options and widen your search. Don't lose sight of the power you maintain through every cycle. Your conscious response will keep the road you're on both beautiful and fulfilling. So it's interesting. I feel like some of you might have to make a certain decision in February where it's like you have to, again, take on these certain responsibilities that it's like you really don't want to, but it's like you kind of don't have another choice. But let's go ahead and talk about your prosperity for February. And it's interesting that we literally have the breathe card here with everything else that we've talked about. Let's see. So this is card 29. The essential meanings here are patience, waiting, going slowly, wellness, meditation, and trust. The prosperity message here is you have worked long and hard. Your dreams are coming to fruition, and you want to hurry things along. You are the slow one, moving languidly, yet still progressing right now, in a rhythm dictated by your authentic nature, the essence of your dream, and the will of the universe. Slow and steady wins the race. You will need to win if you will indeed win if you relax. Stay the course, trust your intuition, and breathe. Again, let things come to you. You're on the right track with your pace, but some of you might be stressing out about that because you feel like things are not happening fast enough. As far as relationships for February, we have Amethyst, which is really interesting because that's actually the birthstone for the month of February. So let's see what is happening here, what its message is for you guys. This is card 4. And so with this, it's talking about familiarity, unconscious habits, old patterns in need of being released. So the relationship message is, relationships can be like a comfortable pair of slippers well broken in. But Amethyst is here to awaken you to the exciting possibility of an even richer partnership or relationship with someone you feel a connection to. Step out of the same old, and into a new way of interacting. Perhaps something as basic as saying thank you or I love you more often, or speaking your truth with love and conviction, even in relation to seemingly trivial things. Big journeys of healing start with small steps, such as asserting your need to be listened to, even when you say something that might make someone you care about uncomfortable, or to pause when someone is giving you new information that might make you feel defensive. The energy of rediscovery is calling you to deepen your trust and intimacy. Don't be shy. You can do this. So I was getting two things with that. I feel like for one of you, for some of you, it's that situation of like the two-party thing where it's like some of you are in a relationship that is, you've been in for a while. It's familiar. It's lost some of its vibrancy. So you either need to shake things up, or somebody's coming in to shake things up and make you kind of question if you still want to be in that same relationship, or maybe kind of take a risk on something new. I feel like for others of you, it's kind of a situation of, again, somebody might be presenting you with information that might make you feel defensive, but it's like you need to listen to that advice. And finally, the last card that I have here that I kind of pulled in relations to, what else you might need to know for February. And it's tripping me out, guys. Like, seriously, the last pile also had the same thing happen where the numbers matched up with this card and another card. So I feel like those two might be kind of related. This is card 29. This is card 29. So again, these two might be related. But the message here is Lemuria returns. Earthy spirituality, community, ocean conservation. So let's talk about this card and see what its message is. So it is all about a time of sharing responsibilities and pleasures. What was I saying? You guys are taking on too much of the responsibility. You need to share. Meaningful gathering with codes and ethics, enjoying a time of great good health and of close and nurturing friendships that respect individual boundaries and choices. Life for a time becomes very simple. Seasonal eating, building non-permanent homes, living outdoors for as much time as possible, an ability to work with sunlight and moonlight extremely effectively without becoming wired, as we are often by moonlight, or becoming burnt and dehydrated as we can be by sunlight. We still need both. Feeling less and less connected to the mainstream and more connected to the ocean and the earth. This is not a cliche of being a hippie. This feels now like a valid choice and way forward in a world that worships such false idols as money, celebrity, and fame for its own sake. So again, this is about kind of getting back to basics and switching things up in the way that you're kind of living life. Again, sharing the responsibilities. I feel like that's like one of the biggest messages from that, especially with something like the 10 of Wands being present. Ending a certain cycle and beginning something anew. Again, thinking about community. Maybe for some of you, ocean conservation is going to be an interesting topic. Again, earthy spirituality, connecting to that. So without further ado, that is everything I'm seeing here in the cards. So if this resonated, please do leave a like on this video, comment down below what you thought about it. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification if you do not want to miss any future videos. And if you would like to help and support the channel in any way, please do consider checking out my Redbubble, as well as if you'd like to donate to my Ko-fi. There's also links to my Instagram if you'd like to join my fam over there. And of course, information about how to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin. And please do keep in mind for February, there's going to be some special deals and options down below for that. So definitely take a second to check that out. So without further ado, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. For those of you who picked pile 3 with the Spirit Aura Quartz, as well as this particular image with the glittery, let's go ahead and, as always, start by diving into some charms and some letters and seeing what you need to know from that. Let's see, pile 3. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and see what we have for letters. So we have a T, we have a D, we have an N, an M, an E. Let's see, we have an L, Mel. We have another E, melt. We have an O, melon. And we have a Y, so mellow. Mellow? Yeah, I think so. So, of course, comment down below what letters and words that you guys see from here, and what the significance is for you, if you like. So, let's go ahead and see what else we have here. We have sell your ideas. They are totally acceptable. We have from a small seed, a mighty trunk may grow. It's not talking of love, but living in love. That is everything. We have let things come to you. And of course we have cooking is easy, doing dishes is the hard part. I feel like some of you are working on growing something in February. Definitely setting your sight on certain goals, transformation happening. There might be some messages or some communication from a foreign land, or maybe you're traveling to a foreign land, or there's something significant about music. Maybe Ireland specifically is significant for some of you. Taking more care in drinking more fluids for some reason. I feel like working on your heart chakra is also important. Celebrating something, an achievement. Paying attention to your history, to your family, maybe communication from your ancestors. Something special. I don't know. I feel like there's a special occasion for some of you in February. Maybe there's a birthday or some significant celebration or milestone that you guys are going to be experiencing. Let's go ahead and now dive into your cards. Starting, as always, with the tarot. We have the 9 of Wands. We also have the Tower. Wow. Okay, so we have the 9 of Wands, we have the Tower, we have the High Priestess, we also have the 7 of Pentacles, which I think this is a really, it's kind of funny, you're talking about the seed and the trunk and that kind of growth and what that image is showing. Of course, the 7 of Pentacles is always about waiting for fruition. You know, you've been putting in a lot of work to grow something, to accumulate something, and it's just a matter of waiting a little bit longer for it to finally come to fruition, especially with the imagery there with the pregnancy. Some of you maybe are pregnant, you're expecting. I also feel like some of you are very tired of the waiting, especially with that 9 of Wands, but it's like staying that course, keeping strong with that is going to pay off immensely, especially with something like the Tower. There might be a little bit of a shakeup. There might be some unknowns, some mysteries that are coming to light, but you have control over that, especially with the High Priestess. It's like, it's not something bad. You might try to perceive it as something bad, but it's all for your betterment. It's for changing your perspective, to tearing something down, to rebuild it to something stronger, something more long-lasting for you all. Let's see what else we have. Cain, pay attention to your health. So definitely pay attention to your health in February. We have Bear, danger, especially in money matters. So that might be your Tower moment. You might have a loss of money or something is going to go weird in that. And so it's a good idea to, you know, be prepared for anything with that 9 of Wands. You know, have your guard kind of up, because there could be some challenges in there. But we also have the Candle here, so you will be shown the way. And I just realized why this was tripping me out. So if you look at the High Priestess here, you see what's on her altar? Look at that. That's pretty wild. So there's a synchronicity right there. So the High Priestess is going to be important. Follow your intuition. Your intuition might tell you and warn you about this situation before it happens. You need to listen to it. Again, paying attention to the material world things, for sure. So we also have for your crystal for the month of February, we have orange calcite, which I absolutely love this stone. It's Who Needs It artist holding the proverbial paintbrush and staring at the proverbial blank canvas. Anyone whose sex life needs a little more life. Where to put it? The honeymoon suite, the studio. When to use it? When you want to make something beautiful. Orange calcite's energy is all about breaking through the fog and the fear that hang on the path up to creation. When you want to add some energy to your creative process or take on the Kama Sutra one page at a time. Get with orange calcite's sun-kissed vibes. Unlock your creativity. So that might be very important for you guys to take on here in February's, bringing some oomph and some life back into your daily routine, especially for some of you who are in relationships. I feel like that might be very important because you're waiting for something to occur, but that doesn't mean that you can't have fun in the meantime. For your animal spirit for February, we have the mouse. So let's go ahead and talk about this. The mouse is a kind of complicated one because it is about detail-oriented, small-minded, nitpicky, nervous. The mouse has an innate desire to tend to the details. It often spends its days fixing, preparing, organizing, and scrutinizing. Unfortunately, a mouse personality doesn't notice when they've gone too far. Soon they begin to have a limited and fearful vision of life and try to control every detail. This can be quite a painful experience for both the mouse and those around them. When mouse energy is at play, step back for a moment. It may be time to find a more purposeful project to delve into, one that's worthy of your acting eye. So when this is in balance, it's organized, resourceful, and prepared. When it's out of balance, it's busy with no purpose. How to bring it back into balance is through a meaningful project. I feel like this is kind of related to the Tower, where I feel like some of you are trying to control the situation so bad, even though it's meant to crumble. You just need to let it crumble. Again, refocus and put your intention towards something actually meaningful for you. For the overall situation in February you guys are going to be dealing with, we have Behind a Mask. This is really interesting. I've never actually read this card, so I'm very curious to see what it's about. So this is an intention card, and it is card 3. So it's about choosing self-acceptance. A woman wears an elegant mask that covers the top half of her face. It hides her identity beautifully. Even her friends won't be able to recognize her. This card reveals an important conflict in your intentions. You have times when your view of yourself is so depleted, you believe you must hide who you are and pretend to be someone you're not. This gets you into a whole lot of mental messes. You compare yourself to others, always competing, and often losing in your own mind. Your perfectionism can create performance anxiety and cause you to worry about what others think. Worst of all, this ongoing current of self-judgment becomes a raging, energetic river that pushes your goals away. It's absolutely impossible to attract your real desires if you never allow yourself to be the real you. This card is telling you that you must shed this false condemnation of yourself. No matter how deep this pattern is, your value comes from your external truth, not from others' input. So choose to relax and let the masks go. Open up to Spirit's light within and around you and be yourself. When you accept yourself as you are, no matter what anyone else may think, you will feel completely liberated, perhaps for the first time in your life. So some of you are, holding up this mask, and it's making me think of the High Priestess a little bit, because the High Priestess is all about the hidden realms, secrets, the mysterious. I feel like these are all the aspects that you've been hiding, and you need to, again, reveal them, shed some light on it. The moon is shedding light onto the areas that you're hiding from, and it's going to shake down your tower. The mask that this tower you've built to protect yourself, it's going to crumble down whether you like it or not, and you need to, again, show your true self. So when it comes to your prosperity for the month of February, we have Between Worlds, which is card 3. So with this particular card, its essential meanings are transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another, temporary blindness, no man's land. So for prosperity, In your work, sometimes you try things that have worked for others, hoping that you too will be successful. When this symbol appears, it reminds you that sometimes the path to your prosperity is a gamble. Win or lose, you can learn much from what comes of your wager. It's a good time to bet on your skills and talents in new and different arenas. Remain curious, and with the right combination of timing and luck, you will stumble upon something golden that will be unlike anything you've known before. So again, that's a part of you kind of stepping out and showing your true self, I feel like. So when it comes to relationships for the month of February, we have Bronzite. So with this particular card, which is card 13, we have a lot of threes, I feel like. So this is essential meanings are loyalty, trust, steadfastness, self-respect, trusting that the conscious universe has your back. Even if you have been betrayed in the past, you can heal the sting by extending trust again, as challenging as that may be. Bronzite spirit reminds you that this time, however, you are much wiser and stronger, much more mindful of the signs that signal you need to step back and nurture yourself. Being true to another is an expression of the beauty of the divine, and you have this capacity. Your loyalty and steadfastness will be rewarded by the conscious universe, perhaps in ways you don't expect. Be true to yourself, knowing that a loving, respectful relationship with yourself lays the groundwork for a loving, respectful relationship with another. Remember, you are always protected when divinely directed. And finally, the last card that we have here was, I pulled kind of like final things that you need to know for February, what you may need to work on. Again, I feel like you guys have a little bit more of a challenging February, especially on a personal level for you guys, but that's to be expected. Again, it's all about cycles, all about things that you're going through, again, especially with the Tower. But the final card we have here is Soul Cage. Rescue, escape from captivity, and restriction. So with this particular card, it is card 24, and it is all about feeling trapped, restricted, squeezed, or limited. You may be within the confines of a soul cage. The soul cage is every compromise you've ever made that cut a little of your soul off every time you lied to keep the peace. It's the job you took because you thought you could never make a living doing what you love. It's every piece of unnecessary insurance we are sold every time we are told to live in fear, and every time we are encouraged by our culture to live as though we are in great danger. This card and the Marrows now ask you to do you wish to free yourself from the soul cage? It need not be done all at once, for there are many bars and many chains and many locks, but little by little they will help you to rediscover the joys of living according to the stories the soul wants you to tell, and you will be free. Again, I feel like the whole big situation for you guys in February is between these two cards, the soul cage and the behind a mask. Like, once you clear out that situation, everything else will kind of work itself out, I feel like. So without further ado, that is everything that I'm seeing here in your cards. So if this resonated, please do leave a like on this video. Comment down below what you thought about it. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on the bell notification if you do not want to miss any future videos. And if you'd like to help and support the channel in any way, please do consider checking out my Redbubble, donating to my Ko-fi. Definitely come and check me out on my Instagram because I would love to see you guys over there. And if you would like to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, all that info is down in the description. And definitely do take note of the special deals that I have going on for February and some special reading options and all that good stuff. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. All right, for those of you who picked the fourth and final pile with this particular image and the aquamarine stone, let's go ahead and, as always, start off by diving into your charms and letters and seeing what you need to know in regards to that. Let's see. All right, so let's see what we have. have? So for letters, we have an E, we have an M, we got a blank, we have a T, we have a C, and we have an H. So I don't know. You guys tell me if there's something significant right there with those particular letters. I'm very curious. So let's go ahead and see what else we have. We have a lot of additional messages here. So we have, this is my Halloween costume. So again, being true to yourself, letting your freak flag fly. It's not talking of love, but living in love. That is everything. We have lift people up to their potential and higher self. We also have a pleasant surprise is in store for you. We also have, it's not talking of love, but living in love. That is everything. The purpose of life is to know yourself and love yourself and trust yourself and be yourself. Exactly. We have live light, travel light, spread light, be the light. And we have appreciate yourself and honor your soul. And of course, let things come to you. So I feel like some of you are definitely going to have some new beginnings in February. And this is the energy of just do it. Just embrace your passion, your sensuality, your sexuality, your spirituality, all of that. Because that will lead to some prosperity for yourself. There might also be some commitment happening in February. Something to do with family as well. Especially like family inheritance, family heirlooms. I feel like some inspiration, some healing work that's going to be done. Open heart, playfulness, balancing the light and the shadow, seeing things clearer, seeing the unseen that you, again, things you didn't notice from the past. Let's go ahead and also start diving into your cards. So for your tarot, we have the Six of Wands. So some victory, some celebration, some public recognition. We also have the Queen of Cups. So pay attention to your intuition. Nurture yourself, nurture others. We have the Sun, celebration, success, victory. Again, a lot of victory happening for you guys in February, it seems like. We also have the Three of Wands. So setting your sights on the future. Waiting for the return of something, and definitely you are going to get the return of something because it's a reason to celebrate. It's something exciting. We also have bird flying. News is on the way. Exactly. There's something on its way to you guys that you're going to be very joyful about. We have bird perched, waiting for news, package letter. Exactly. That's crazy. You guys definitely have something on the way. And then we have boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. Yeah, you guys are going to have a good February. Definitely for some of you, play the lottery. And then we have boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. So again, putting that work, putting that planning and action to fruition and watching it just come together. It was really interesting because you guys had 3 crystal cards come up, and I think it was mighty fascinating what all of them are, considering what this image is and the stone. You guys got all blue stones. So again, communication is going to be important. So we have lapis lazuli, amazonite, and blue calcite. So let's read these. So lapis lazuli, who needs it? Cat people, Leos, anyone who uses the phrase in a past life. I'm totally convinced I was a... Where to put it? As a spiritual armor that lets the world know when I walk into a room, it's customary for y'all to bend the knee. When to use it? When your thoughts are not your friends. Call on lapis lazuli to help you get out of whatever your mind has gotten you into. Ascend your rightful throne. Which I definitely feel like is kind of the energy happening here, totally. Amazonite. Who needs it? Teeth grinders, anyone struggling with Mercury retrograde. Where to put it? Place amazonite below the throat, relax your jaw, and ask for the courage to speak your truth. When to use it? When your inner child wants a real talk with you, ask yourself what you really want from life. Does it sound like what you currently would want if you could just let yourself want it? Perfect. Now say it out loud for the whole universe to hear and go make it happen. Speak from your heart. And then finally we have blue calcite. So who needs it? People who stare up at the ceiling worrying about the future at 3 a.m. On your bedside table. When to use it. When stress is the enemy. Freaking out is not a prerequisite for accomplishment. Deadlines aren't death sentences. Stress will extinguish your creativity and crush your dreams if you let it. Calling on the calming, focused energy of blue calcite to remind you to put stress in its place, far away from the joy of the process and the delight of dreaming big. Act on your dreams. So again, that goes back to this boot thing. With increase your effort if you want to achieve your goals or your dreams, whatever it may be. For your animal, we have hawk. So with this particular card, it's an air element. So let's see. This is about watchful, all-seeing, messenger of divinity. So again, messages. The sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you and the winds are shifting. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly. Though it may seem small or insignificant, it will eventually redirect your course. When in balance, sees clearly, intuitive. When out of balance, sees too much, suspicious. How to bring it back into balance is through a perspective shift. So I definitely feel like you guys should expect in February, you're either going to literally physically receive a package or a message, or this is about, listening to your intuition, because you're going to be receiving a lot of intuitive messages from spirit, from your guides, whatever it may be, is really going to help you on your path. So, and it's so crazy because what your overall situation for February is the Ascended Masters. So this is literally communication from Ascended Masters. They're going to be communicating with you. They're going to be telling you important information. This is card 7. So yeah, it's like you might literally see like specific historical figures in dreams, through messages, through meditation. They're here to help you, to guide you, to give you important messages. So when it comes to your prosperity, we have yang here. So this is about action. It's the masculine. So for this particular card, it is all about, again, the essential meanings are the masculine, principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen, taking action. So for prosperity, projects, partnerships, and all matters relating to your business are out of the obstacle phase and onto the make it happen phase. Now is the time to stake your claim and get things done. While you can expect to be busier than usual, this card tells you that you have all the energy and vitality you need to accomplish your goals. Abundance is waiting for you to claim it. Exactly. This is a big action month for you guys. And look at this. We also have orange sapphire for your relationship messages for the month. So this is card 41. So the essential meanings here are joy and sensuality, respecting your body, body love. So our interactions with others through technology can help us build the bonds of friendship, family, and romance, but orange sapphire spirit appears when you need to get back into your body and connect with it physically so that you can express love in a tangible way. Hug someone, hold their hand, and explore the gifts of the senses with another. Listen to music together, cooking good food with each other, being in the same physical space. Ground your relationship in activities you do with each other today so that you both can be reminded of the precious gift that is the body and nourish your relationship to it. So yeah, getting literally physical, connecting with somebody through touch, through sensations, not just sort of a, there's totally valid, friendships that are over the internet and all of that. Some physical and connection would be very good for you guys in February. And finally, the last card that I have here that I pulled for just some final things that you should think about for February is Time and Tide. Oceanic spells and rituals. And I think it's interesting that she's drawing out a heart. Look at that. That's pretty wild. So let's go ahead and talk about this particular card and see what its message is. This is card 18. So with this card, it's all about, it's time for a well thought through act of connection, a ritual or spell with the realm of the mer-beings, with the sea, with her creatures. When done with great formality and mindfulness, many acts can become magical and connect us to the sacred within us and outside of us. You may wish to ritually bathe in a tidal pool, which could be a natural formed rock pool or a sacred bath time you create yourself. As you bathe in the sacred healing pool, allow the pool and the water to drain away anything that must be left behind for you to go forward again. To go to your own personal high tide at change of tide. The saltwater crystals will drag through your auric layer, clearing and cleansing, leaving you feeling light and free, yet very present and clear. The warm waters of the tidal pool make them mermaidenly goddess pools of healing. Right on the seashore, the amnitic fluid of rebirth for you to be freed from. As you may wish to create sandcastles or mandalas or sculptures near the tide line. We can shape into the sand itself an energy field of tiny sparkly crystals, representations of what we wish to see taken away and cleared, or what we wish the Sea Mother to take into her cauldron and help you manifest. It may be time to work with Yaneric, I don't know how to exactly pronounce that, but runes, which have a great history of being drawn into the sand as messages to the great sea beings of all kinds. What is most important is that you act. Again, yang energy, taking action. This is literally a message for you guys in February to do some sort of ritual, cleansing ritual, a manifestation ritual, just physically do something because you have that energy around you to really make things come about. So without further ado, that is everything I'm seeing here in your cards. If this resonated, please do leave a like on this video. Comment down below what you thought about it. Make sure to subscribe and turn the bell notification if you do not want to miss any future videos. And if you'd like to help and support the channel in any way, please do consider checking out my Redbubble, my Ko-fi, my Instagram, because I'd love to see you guys over there. And if you'd like to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, there's going to be info down in the description for that. And definitely take note of the special deals and some special reading options that are going to be available for February. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.